Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Zundu if you are new here, and today we're doing a full face of DB Cosmetics. DB stands for Designer Brands, and they do a lot of their own original makeup, but I think they also do a little bit of duping. So I know for a fact like their fragrances are based off well-known fragrances. I am lucky enough that they sent me 4 of their fragrances, and I'm going to tell you about them towards the end of the video. So if you're interested more in that, it'll be at the end of the video. But all this makeup I have today, I'm very excited to try. I've been using DB Cosmetics actually for years, so I am familiar with their products, but we have some new products here and some things that I have tried before. I'm really excited to do this full face. A few of you have requested this, and something that I wanted to do anyway because I do lots of Australian content if you are new here. I like to do full face of brands. I talk about Australian makeup a lot. I talk about what's new coming to Australia in terms of beauty, and I like to just play with makeup. I love it. So let's get into it. Pretty much everything was gifted to me bar 3 products. The bronzing stick I bought, the powder bronzer, and the concealer I bought myself. Everything else I was fortunate enough to be gifted. So we're gonna start with the primer. The primer is the Rise and Prime Luminescent Primer. This is all, oh wow, that's pretty. This is like a first impression with most of the products. The foundation I actually discarded it because I had it for so long. So I was really happy to get a new one. It smells nice. This is extremely moisturizing, really nice. It actually looks identical to, I'm gonna use a bit more because this is really nice. It looks identical to the foundation bottle. I think they have really nice packaging for an affordable brand. This brand is sold at chemists. That's the only way I can think. Online, definitely. They're sold at my local chemist, where is opposite to my doctor's. So I always see them and I always have a little stop and a look. But that's basically how I found out about the brand. Is I found them very interesting looking at the chemist. So this is beautiful, brightens and revives. I definitely feel that. Then the product that I had to try many years ago, this is what made me try the brand, is the Luminous Hydrating Foundation. I can't remember where I heard it, but I feel like a beauty YouTuber talked about it and I was like, oh, I gotta try that. So I've had this one for years, and this is a brand new one, but it's the same shade. This is the shade Porcelain Ivory with a neutral undertone. Oh, I forgot to say that they're vegan and cruelty free. Weightless and buildable coverage. I feel like it's a medium coverage. It's got good coverage. It's got peptide infusion to plump and firm, vitamin C and E, aloe vera. Very nice. I'm gonna use a sponge today, and I know that I love this foundation. I forgot to get a mirror. I also got a few products from their new, is it Rose and Glow collection? I don't know if that's what it's called. See how pretty this is? It's like super dewy and hydrating. We've also got that dewy base, but I know for a fact that this is dewy on its own. Dewy with good coverage, it's hard to find, and it just looks like your skin. It is the most incredible foundation. I've been raving about this foundation for years. If you like medium coverage with a nice hydrating dewy finish, I definitely recommend this. And it's a proper neutral tone. I find it really hard to find just a proper neutral tone, and this is that. Now they have they had a few other foundations. One of them being in this range, the Skin Renew. I got the concealer, but they have a Skin Renew foundation, which is like I think it's like a serum, more appropriate for mature skin. Ceramide concealer, but this is what piqued my interest in terms of the concealers. I got the shade Porcelain. Let's have a little look here. Oh yeah, I think that'll be good. Ooh. Feels silky smooth. I'm recovering from a cold, so my nose is a little red, a little dry, but we're okay. Let's give this a go. I don't know much about this. Lightweight ceramide infused concealer melts into the skin for a natural hydrated finish. Nice. Okay, so we're going for more natural. I definitely get that. I don't see full coverage as I'm blending. Oh, this looks nice. Very hydrated. Very hydrated. I can tell you I wasn't feeling like that before the video. I think it's exactly what it says. It looks really natural, but it's definitely given me some coverage. I would really like to play with this concealer more with a different foundation. So far, 3 out of 3. One thing I don't have is eyeshadow, so I'm probably just going to use the bronzer on my eyes. I have previously used an eyeshadow many years ago and I didn't love it, so I wasn't really tempted to try another one. And also I have previously owned, I'll show you a picture here, the Hydra powder. I've previously owned that and decluttered it. I didn't hate it, but I also didn't want to buy another one for the video, so I'm going to tell you my thoughts on it. Basically, it's duping the, I think it was like the Becca, you know, the one that was like a moisture infused? It's like that. And I think because it's not a typical powder, like they did a good job in duping it. I don't want to say sticky, but there was something about it that confused me. And I did use a lot of it. It's not like I just tried it and decluttered it. I did like it, but I just felt like I liked my other powders more, so I did declutter it. It's very finely milled. It was so finely milled, every time I'd open it, I'd cough because it was so fine. It would just go into the air. But I would say try it if you want to, if you're curious. But I just, honestly, I didn't want to buy it again just for this video. So that's my thoughts on it. I'm just going to use a bit of my own powder, but basically it's just a really light setting powder. I just need to set my T-zone or it moves around. I actually think I want to do my brows because I always leave them too late. And then it always looks a bit funny. I got the Absolute Brow Pencil Shape Fill and Volumize. So we have the spoolie, and then I got the shade Taupe, which I'm hoping, it looks pretty good because I am typically a taupe. And then this is the triangle tip. These are good for brows that are already full. If you have like very thin eyebrows, these are hard to get shape with, I find. This design, not this particular product. But if you're like me or bushier, these are good because they really fill in what's already there. It's a good color. You can use the fine tip for the front and then the fatter bit to fill in. That's nice. It was super easy. I will have everything linked down below so you can see the prices as well. But they're pretty reasonable. I think a lot of their products were around the $15 to $30 mark. So not like the cheapest, but also affordable compared to your higher end. If it's easy, I like it. That's pretty much the standard for me, and if it's a good color, and that's a really good color for me. Right, let's go in with this bronzing stick. So this is the Quick Fix Cream Bronzer. Ever since these came out, I wanted to try this. This is the shade Sunny. I'll give it a swatch. It's been out for a while. Oh, that feels super creamy. See, that's a really nice cooler toned color. I would not say this brand is known for the color range. Definitely for fair to light skin only, I would say, which is a lot of Australian brands do that. But that's a time for another discussion. So let's just do a little bit. And I think I'll use my sponge. It did feel soft enough to use with a sponge. Okay, I might put some directly on the sponge and see how that goes. I like to try different methods to see what works well, but this looks like it's blending out to quite a natural finish. Like it's not overly done. It's quite a thin formula. It does not feel thick, which is good. Yeah, that's looking really nice. I don't want to go overboard because I've also got the powder bronzer. Like you wouldn't even know I have powder on my face. I'm looking so glowy. Okay, let's do the other side. I think you can afford to go in a little heavier handed because it's not too pigmented. It's quite nice. I like that. See, I went in a little bit more confident on this side and I think it's a little bit more bronzier, but it blends really well. Honestly, so far I've liked everything. Yeah, everything's just like to the point, works, no issues. Okay, let's go in with the powder bronzer. This is the Get Glowing Pressed Minimal Bronzer. I chose the shade Barcelona Bronze. I thought it was nice and neutral. It actually looks a little bit on the cooler side. It looks like it's a really nice fair shade. There were other shades. This was the lightest one. And this one has more of a matte finish, whereas some of the others were really shimmery and I just didn't want that. I'm just giving a little swatch. Oh, it's very light. You can barely see it. It might be a nice option though if you're someone that likes really fair bronzers. It doesn't feel hard panned. I think it's just really light. This is nice. I know a lot of you struggle to find really light bronzers. This is a really nice light bronzer that isn't yellow. Guys, you know how hard these are to find? Did we just find a little gem? Maybe. It looks just like really natural. Can I go a bit closer? I mean, you can even see it on my skin. It was not patchy. It's just blending in. I would also like to try this again in another video without the cream bronzer underneath, just to see what it looks like alone, but it's definitely built up a little bit. It looks really nice and it's very complementary to this stick. Okay, it's a bit exciting. There are so many good Australian products out there, so I'm really hoping this series is been helpful for you. I should see where these products are made. Designed in Australia, made in PRC. That's the mascara. Yeah, made in China. There you go. Just for some of you who want their products to be made in Australia, this is designed in Australia but made in China. This is looking nice. I just wanted to put a little bit of this bronzer in my eyes, my eyeshadow. So let me just quickly do that. Yeah, so there's definitely pigment there because this is just going straight over powder, like I had set my eyes with powder. It's a really nice color for our fair, neutral, and cool tone gals. I mean, you can just see it, that it doesn't look yellow. Oh, happy. And then we have the blush, which is the Make 'em Blush. This is the shade Rose Glow, and this is like got shimmer in it. And I've also got a liquid highlighter, so it doesn't look too shimmery actually. It looks quite nice and subtle. Okay, let's give this a go. Oh, I like how they're not like overly pigmented. All of these products are not overly pigmented. They're just really natural and buildable. This definitely has a nice shimmer to it. Like you wouldn't need to use a highlighter after this, but I am because I have it to show, but you could definitely just stop here because look at that. That's a shimmery blush. Faux show. Not my favorite texture. It has a little bit of a thick texture to it, but it is pretty. All right, we've just got 2 products left and then we're gonna have a look at the fragrance, which I know some of you are going to be excited for. I may or may not have a dupe for the Baccarat. It's pretty exciting. Okay, so the mascara that I have is Center Stage Curl and Volume Mascara. This is, a tubing formula with hyaluronic acid. So if you don't know, tubing mascaras are, they basically mean they're water-based and they're not, you don't need makeup remover to remove it. You just use warm water and rub it gently on your eyelashes and they come off in tubes. So there's no smudging, no flaking. It's just a really nice, easy removal formula. I do find though with tubing mascaras, they are a bit, when they set, they're super hard as opposed to a normal mascara. You have a higher chance of smudging because there's oil in it, but they're a little bit more flexible. So pick your poison. It's a very pretty looking mascara. We've got a curve wand and it is a bristle. It's not what is it, silicone rubber? Oh, need to get up close for this one, guys. Oh, this is making me look like I've got some demi wispies. This is very, very wispy. It looks very natural but also very nice. I think you can kind of see that. It's not the most insane mascara I've ever used, but when I tell you, it makes my eyes look wispy and fluffy. I think I would like this on a day-to-day basis actually, because they have really separated my lashes. It's pretty. I like it. And I'm pretty yes or no with a mascara. I either like it or I give it away. My mum has many mascaras that I've given her just to get rid of. Okay, and then lastly, in the makeup, we have a lip gloss. This is the Lip Boost Plumping Treatment. I have the shade In the Buff. Very pretty color, perfect for this whole look. Oh no, I didn't do the highlighter. That's okay, we'll do the lip and then I'll put the highlighter on. Oh, I almost forgot. Oh, it smells like mint. Like, oh no, it smells like vanilla and mint. It's like a yummy mint, like a mint candy or something. Oh, this is pretty. It's very sheer, but very glossy. Checking for bunching. Ooh. A little bit. But it kind of disappears. Oh, you see that? It's not settling into my lip lines. I definitely feel the plumping, but it's not burning. It's not like the crazy ones. It's more like the minty ones that just are more like a fresh. That's really pretty though. It's like a super nude lip gloss. Maybe I could benefit from a little bit of a lip liner, but otherwise I think it looks really pretty. Okay, and then we'll go in with the Illuminating Beauty Wand. I believe this is new from their I'm pretty sure it's the Rose Glow collection. Is this a puff? Oh, it's a puff. And it's just the same as the others where you have the lock to open. Oh, I actually like that it's a bit smaller too. I feel like some products are too big these days. Ooh. It's gonna be a hard one to judge because of the blush is so glowy. I feel like it's one of those ones like the Charlotte Tilbury that just dries down a bit too fast. Let me swatch it. It's a really nice shade, I've got to say. It's got a warmth to it, but it's for fair skin. It's going to be very natural. Maybe I'll use my fingers. I think it's better with my fingers because the warmth is spreading it. I think I would much prefer this without this blush. And I'm going to put this in my tub to use in a new makeup video again. Without a glowy blush underneath, because it looks like it's going to be really pretty. It does. Maybe I'll put a little bit on my eyes. It does look like it's going to be like a natural highlighter, which I love. Oh, that looks really nice on the eyes. Don't you think? See, I didn't need eyeshadow. Just a bit of bronzer and highlighter. Oh, that's just elevated the look. Beautiful. Okay, well that's all the makeup. Overall, I'm not going to give in-depth review of everything. I would say I really like the foundation. That's not a secret. I really like this primer, the Rise and Prime. Love this bronzer. I think this might be the winner of the day, honestly, just because it's really hard to find a bronzer in this shade that is neutral to cool tone for fair skin. It's very hard to find. So I think these are around the $16 to $20 mark, but definitely check the link down below. This was pretty, very glowy though. Little heavy on the glow. I want to try this again, the highlighting wand without the blush. I really like this. I've still got the minty feeling. I definitely want to try this again with a lip liner. This is really nice. I quite like that. I really like this mascara for every day. It's just, I think you can kind of see it. It definitely looks nice, but natural. It's understated. Loved the concealer. Loved the bronzer. That's it. Let's have a look at the fragrance. I'm very excited. I haven't smelt all of them. I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a reaction with you guys. The one that I have smelled is the red Baccarat, which is, I think these are like, don't quote me, I feel like they're in the $10 range. This is $9.99. They're all $10. All the ones I'm about to show you are $10. That's insane. So I have smelt this one and we're gonna have a look at them side by side. $10 one is actually 100 ml and then this is 70 ml. But they're very close in packaging. You can tell a very big difference in the quality of the packaging though. Like, I mean, we're talking $10 here, so keep that in mind. You can kind of see at the lid here, it's not great and it's not easy to get the lid on as opposed to your beautiful high quality. So this is a gourmand. It just smells delicious but still sophisticated, which is why I think it's so popular, because it's appealing to people who like sweet but it still smells expensive. I feel like this is close in many ways, but it's got the ratio of alcohol is too high. Obviously this is my opinion, so it's definitely different. Like, it's definitely similar, but it does smell like a cheaper version. I will be honest, it does smell like a cheaper version. However, this is $387. I know it off by heart because I sell them every day. And this is $10. So this is at your budget, but you want the similar smell. $10, man. Like, honestly, I would get it for $10 because I didn't buy that red, the Baccarat. I was gifted that at work. So this lid ain't great. I'll be honest, it's not great. I would probably just leave it without the lid. But $10, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say no. But there is a difference in more of the quality, but it does smell similar. Similar enough for me to say, yeah, if your budget's $10, give it a try. Then we have Narcisse for Her, which is Narciso Rodriguez for Her. I actually smelt this for the first time at David Jones, so I have an idea of what the original smells like. Really pretty bottle. I think they've done well. Considering they're charging $10, I don't know how they're making a profit, but let me just spray this on here. I think it's the same thing. It's like you can smell the alcohol. It's like the alcohol doesn't properly evaporate. I feel like that's the main difference. I don't know. I feel like the original has a lot more depth, a lot more sweeter. Yeah, I don't know. This one just has a high alcohol. Let me just let it sit, but it's not my favorite. I think if you're trying to get a dupe for a good cost, I would go the red Baccarat. I just don't love this one, but I do like the original that it's duped. So it's not that it's the fragrance, because I like the fragrance. I just don't like that one as much. And then I haven't smelt these ones, I don't think. This is Angelic, which is Angel from I can never pronounce it, Mugler. I have not smelt the original, so I don't know how I'm going to give a good opinion of this. I found the original, but then there was no tester to smell it. So I'm not sure about this one. I quite like the smell of this one though. It's got a very fresh, like toothpastey vibe to it, but I don't hate it. It's almost got a little, made for candy girls that enjoy a walk on the wild side, sweetly scented gourmand that is equal parts naughty and nice. I quite like this one actually. It doesn't have that alcohol pungency that the others do. I think I would wear this one. I quite like that one. Looks nothing like the original bottle though, but I can appreciate the effort. So far I think that's probably my favorite. However, I don't know what the original smells like. I think I'm going to, once I properly know what the original smell like, I might do a little TikTok video. And then we've got Poppy Noir, which is the YSL. What is it called? Even the bottle looks like it. I know what this one smells like, but it's been a while since I've smelt it. But I know that I did like it. Black Opium, there we go. Oh, this one's nice. I feel like this smells the closest to the original. Yeah, I feel like this smells like the original. Okay, let me put it on this side. I like this one. It's got that muskiness that the original has. It's quite impressive how they've managed to make the bottles look so similar. But yeah, that's all of them. I think I like all of them, but I don't know if I love all of them. But that is purely because I think I'm not a huge fragrance fan of just like general designer brands like your Chloe's, your Gucci's. I have kind of fallen in love. That smells nice actually. I have kind of fallen in love with more niche brands because I work in niche fragrance world. I would like to wear this a little bit more. I might have to get back to you on like the wear time and all of that, because that plays a part too if you want to invest, if it actually stays on the skin. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you those for now. And that is everything. That is my full face and fragrance of Designer Brands cosmetics. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!